Well, hi everyone. I'm John Retland, and this is a real honest rant about how WWE is pushing forward with shows despite the pandemic going on. Because Vince McMahon and the television networks are greedy sons of bitches, and wrestlers' health, staff members' health be damned. We don't care about them, they're expendable. We'll get new wrestlers with blackjack and hookers. We'll do that kind of stuff. It just, oh, God, maybe I'm being overdramatic about this stuff, but I don't think so. These are human beings that are basically being subjected to going out and trying to entertain us and do live wrestling again. That's what WWE is doing. Because, yes, they've done some empty arena shows during this whole thing that's been going on and is still ongoing as of the recording of this video. But no, they want to get back to doing live Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. They want to get back to doing that stuff and live pay-per-views. Because Money in the Bank is probably going to have to be at the Performance Center as well. For a little bit of history, yes, WWE taped Raw, SmackDown, and then Raw after Mania and WrestleMania 36, which was too big for one night, and spread out over 2 nights. And yes, there were certain people that couldn't go there. Roman Reigns didn't want to risk it because he has a compromised immune system. He has to worry about his family because he just got over leukemia for the second time, which he didn't fake. You stupid sons of bitches that think that he faked it, you can go straight to hell. And if you also think that Roman Reigns was a goddamn idiot because he decided to factor in his family and weigh the options of seeing his children grow up and growing old with his wife, as opposed to being exposed to being exposed to this, I think he made the right decision. Family comes before wrestling, and I love wrestling. Do not misunderstand me, but boy, those were some goddamn idiots. So let's take a look at all this stuff that's going on. All right, taping stuff. WWE taped a whole bunch of stuff, and not a lot of stuff got leaked, if anything. And then you have AEW, who taped a whole bunch of stuff through the middle of May, and they're probably going to have to maybe meet up again at some point despite all these stay-at-home orders and other things, and they'll probably have to be essential employees just to get some more content taped, because I don't think we're going to get crowds for a little bit. We'll see. I just don't think we're going to get crowds till at least sometime in, I'd say at least June, maybe. We will see. So other companies in Japan are running empty arena shows. I think All Japan is, and I know Stardom ran 1 or 2. And that's great. If they can provide some content and some entertainment for the wrestlers and the fans watching at home, that is fantastic. And that is the one benefit of these empty arena shows. You have wrestlers that are focusing more on their promos. Some of the best promos have been going on, and leading up to Mania, and even the Raw after Mania. And there's been some benefits. There's been some positives. But wrestling needs crowds. And also, the wrestlers need to be there for their goddamn families. And even if some wrestlers don't have, wives, husbands, significant others, whatever it is, and they just have parents, or they have, they have just like friends that they want to see, or they have certain family members that live with them, whatever it is. There's more important things than wrestling is what I'm trying to goddamn say. And Vince McMahon did not throw in the towel with 9/11, did not even stop a pay-per-view when a guy died, Owen Hart, Over the Edge 99, and didn't stop a show, did a tribute show to Chris Benoit as the facts were rolling out about what he actually did, murdering his wife and child and all that. It wouldn't be the first time that Vince celebrated a murderer, because he celebrated renowned murderer Jimmy Snuka. And I'm going to be reviewing Dark Side of the Ring, the whole thing with him and Nancy Argentino. Argentino. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be so fun. Vince McMahon has not thrown in the towel at all. He didn't throw in the towel when it came to taping stuff. Even though he could have delayed WrestleMania, there was no way of knowing when this thing would be over. So I can understand that, taping a whole bunch of stuff. But now he wants to go back to being live. And now you got, NBC, because they own USA. And you got Fox. I understand that some people have had to take hits, and some employees have had to, be given, unemployment and everything because profits are down, this kind of stuff. Even though people are home, if fans aren't allowed to go to live wrestling shows, then that money will go down. And then also, there's a lot of factors in on this. This is affecting everybody. It really, really is. And wrestling is a good escape, and has been a good escape. Taping it is one thing. But now that some states are even on lockdown, so to speak, you got, Florida and where the Performance Center is. I believe it's in Orange County, if I recall correctly. This, and I don't know much about the counties in Florida, so forgive me. Somebody in the area can tell me how that works, but and how the lockdown works, if it works in certain counties or all over the state. There are a lot of factors in on this, but what it really comes down to is Vince McMahon is being a greedy son of a bitch. And sure, you could argue that maybe with Vince, his hand is being forced by these networks. They're like, well, the ratings may be down, but guess what? Fox is paying a shit full of money. And, so's USA. They are paying a lot of money. So maybe they're like, no, go endanger your goddamn staff. We want content. Though Vince could also just be trying to babyface himself and trying to say, hey, maybe we should we should just do this, or let's take one for the team, pal. It's just fine. Just don't sneeze in front of me. He could be saying a lot of stuff because Vince McMahon tends to say a whole lot of bullshit. Despite how creative he can be, he tends to say a lot of bullshit. So, you got people that don't want to go. You got people that are staying at home, Roman Reigns, and I'm sure others. I can't name too many others, but I wouldn't be surprised to see certain wrestlers kind of revolt against this. Now, are they being paid to sit at home? I don't know. I don't know how their contracts work out and everything. Some of them may want to work because that's the only way they get paid because of the pay structure. Well, and everything kind of being thrown out of whack because there's no crowds, there's no way to gauge this, and the pay-per-view buy rate, all that stuff, and a whole bunch of shit's down. And the XFL failed because, likely because of this, but I don't even think would have survived past the one season anyway. So Vince McMahon couldn't make it survive in 2 incarnations, and he's 75. So watch him wait 18 years when he's 93. For Vince McMahon will outlive us all, and he will try it again. Here is why I'm really upset about it. I'm not upset with wrestlers that, if they want to go out there, if there are wrestlers that truly want to go out there, and I'm talking in any wrestling company, and do something in front of no people to entertain themselves and give fans some entertainment, that is fine. I can appreciate that. I can absolutely appreciate that. In many wrestling companies, NWA, Ring of Honor, they suspended their operations at least until June, I believe. New Japan has canceled everything. They canceled New Japan Cup that was last month. Sakura Genesis, their tours that they were going to have in April, and even the 2 Wrestling Dontaku shows that were May 3rd and 4th. So this is affecting everybody, and it sucks. It truly sucks as a wrestling fan to see this happen. There are ways to take care of this, though. Just watch content on the WWE Network or on New Japan World or whatever streaming service you have, independent wrestling. And also, just a little sidebar here, if you have favorite independent wrestlers and you know they are hurting and you yourself have some money where you can buy some of their merch and this kind of stuff and support them, let's try to do that. Now let's get back to the whole thing about Vince and them running the shows. I wouldn't mind if they tape shows, because it is what it is. They could tape shows in a controlled environment, and it could work. But now let's do the live shows. Let's just endanger everybody, because we're greedy assholes. Also, another factor, this comes from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, who's a great fact checker, a great wrestling journalist, and he is a great wrestling fan. He appreciates what he does and is very, very good at what he does. Apparently, one WWE employee, staff member, whatever, not a wrestler, tested positive for the virus. And this was during the time, I believe, where they were filming WrestleMania, or right around the time. And don't know who they got in contact with. I hope that they recover. I hope anybody that gets this recovers. I hope you all stay safe, stay sound. I really, truly hope that. So you have the one employee. Now that's the one employee that has been, that's been leaked that we know about. I'm pretty damn certain there have been others that have probably tested positive, but no, we'll find out. I'm not here to speculate on that. So this is all just based, of course, on rumor and innuendo. And just various stuff. This is just me spouting my mouth off about some shit that could end up happening. Who knows how long this thing's going to go? I don't have a goddamn clue what's going to happen, but I will say it's fucking bullshit that Vince McMahon and the TV networks are doing this stuff. And will I watch? Of course I'm going to watch. You know why I'm going to watch? I'm going to watch because I took an oath to review these things. And why not? It's wrestling. I have nothing better to do because I am an essential employee because of my job. But I don't have anything to do once I get home, so why the hell not review them? But honestly, I would be cool with them just running, classic matches, run some documentary stuff or whatever. Just take some stuff that you have in the can and just run it. And just don't do anything for it till at least mid-May or June. because the ratings, I don't think, are going to be affected all that much. The ratings weren't that high anyway. Don't endanger the goddamn talents just because. And I'm talking about the TV networks and also Vince. All parties involved need to not endanger the wrestlers. There are some that may feel they're invincible. There are apparently a lot of wrestlers that aren't very happy, and this comes from Sean Ross Sapp also. So I'm just crediting the people that came up with it, or that reported this stuff. It's fucking bullshit that WWE is doing this, and especially Vince McMahon. The wrestlers are people, deserve to be with their families, and that's really what it fucking comes down to. Now, it's getting to the point now where watching pre-tape stuff like, AEW or whatever, or even when I was watching WWE doing the pre-tape stuff, sure, I didn't like that they put, matches in there just to stretch out the time, older matches, whether it was a 2015 Rumble or the 2020 Men's Rumble, or the WrestleMania 35 main event with Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte, where no shooting happened because Ronda would have instantly denied that it happened. But my point of this is, I want to see every single person in wrestling prosper. I really do. In WWE, it doesn't matter what the company is. I want to see wrestling prosper, but not at the expense of their lives, not the expense of their health. I mean, obviously, they beat their bodies up landing in the ring and doing the moves that they do. It is not easy. It is a contact sport and line of entertainment. But this is bigger. This is bigger, and this is something that Vince cannot beat. And if one of his talents dies because of this, that could destroy the company. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but Vince McMahon has rolled the dice on so many things. He could end up rolling snake eyes on this. The bottom line, we as fans, I want to know what you guys have to say in the comments. I'm not comfortable with this stuff at all. So I pass it on to you. What do you guys think? Because realistically, though I will watch, I haven't really been that invested in these shows. Now, they aren't bad, and I enjoy the fact that the talents are getting out there to entertain. But there comes a point where you need to shut things down. This goes for the networks, and this goes for Vince. I don't think that it's going to affect everything that horrible if it's just a month. And if it is, then that's a pretty damn bad pay structure right there, or, a bad financial structure. But that's another story for another day. I'm not cool with it. I think it's better to err on the side of caution. But what do you guys think? You let me know in the comments. Do you think Vince McMahon's an idiot? Do you think television networks are greedy? Do you think that maybe some people are blowing this out of proportion? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.